Good evening to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Let us start the session with a nice quote. What is today's quote? It is a familiar quote I have given many a time. I don't mind repeating. Winners never quit, quitters never win. Why do I bring this on and off? While preparing for competitive exams, you have highs and lows. Sometimes you are in high spirits, sometimes you are in low spirits. Whenever you don't understand, you find the syllabus exhaustive, you feel like giving up, you feel like quitting. And sometimes what happens, you may not get a positive result after putting in a lot of effort. Then also you feel like giving up. So always remember, write on a piece of paper and pin it up somewhere you see every day. Winners never quit, quitters never win. Whatever the level of difficulty, whatever problems you face while preparing for competitive exams, remember this: success will be yours at any cost. No one can stop you, nothing can stop you. Now, let us go to today's editorial. Today's editorial is all about a train accident in the state of Andhra Pradesh, and based on that, the editorial has been written. And let us start with the tone of this editorial. Three people got killed, a few got injured. The tone is one of urgency and a call for action to improve railway safety. So it is a call to improve what? Railway safety. And what is a broad framework? It starts with the event or incident. And what does the event or incident highlight? It highlights railway safety and what is inadequacies. Then about the actual event provides information about what happened, where it happened, how many people got injured, how many people died, and the timing also. Earlier we had a major accident on the same track, and timing within no time another accident, same track, and reasons behind, obviously. Then safety, the most important thing, and what are the regulations, are they being implemented, not being implemented, whether the government has given any assurance or not given any assurance. These are first part of the editorial. Coming to the second part of the editorial, still not fit. I can manage, thank you. Issues, what are the issues that go with the railways, and technology, the most important dimension, statistics related to, based on technology, and what action has been taken, and if they don't implement certain things, no value. That's what the editorial opines. Then accountability, the editorial also says the railway officials should be accountable. And finally, it provides a solution. What is a solution? This is a broad framework. Let us see how it starts. Today, I have brought important exercises, error location, and also idioms, very important, useful. Let us work on the editorial first. Safety first, on the lessons from the train accident in Vijayanagaram, Andhra Pradesh. Any accident, what is the most important thing? Safety. Based on that, safety first, on the lessons we can learn from the train accident in Vijayanagaram, Andhra Pradesh. But what is the main idea of this editorial? Railways must upgrade its signaling and telecommunications network. There is one helping verb here. We have got so many times. It has two functions. What is the first one? It is used to express a personal obligation. I must do this, I must go, you must do that, you must do this. Personal obligation or obligation imposed by the speaker. Here, obligation imposed by the editorial or the writer. Second one, this is the first function. Second function of must, to convey the idea that something is compulsory. You must attend the meeting. Compulsory, you can also use mandatory. Compulsory is the second meaning. You have to recollect, that will help in the long run. Upgrade, go with the latest technology. It's signaling and telecommunications network. This is the main idea behind writing this editorial. Now it talks about what exactly happened, where it happened, when it happened. The train accident in Vijayanagaram district of Andhra Pradesh, which claimed 13 lives and left 38 injured, has again highlighted has again highlighted present perfect tense, the inadequacies, deficiencies in the railway safety system. Adequate, what is opposite? You can respond. Inadequate. And adequacies, generally we don't use that form. We use a negative form. Inadequacies means something that is missing in what the railway safety system. A stationary train, this is something very important. They have given more than 20 times in different competitive exams. A lot of students get confused between stationary, NERY, and stationary, NARY. What is the difference between the two? First one deals with papers, notebooks, pencils, files, all these. As a student, quite often you buy all these. That is known as stationery. And the second word, NARY, stationery, means what? Static, no movement at all. That's right. Insufficient, deficient, dearth of something, lack of something, shortage of something. So you have to recollect a stationary train, that means not moving. The Vishakhapatnam Palasa passenger was hit by, this is in past tense passive voice. The Vishakhapatnam Raigada passenger at Kanakatapalli station, 36 kilometers from Vishakhapatnam on the Vijayanagaram Vishakhapatnam line. It talks about the place. Now it talks about the timing. The accident comes just after. Generally, I tell students the word just goes with which tense? Present perfect tense. And it is used to express a recently completed action. He has just come. He has just read out the main idea of the editorial. But in this context, which tense is this? The accident comes just after. It is in present tense. You should understand in English we have rules, we have exceptions. How do you decide? Based on the context you have to use the same word, but we use usually. Usually the word just goes with present perfect. We use it to express a recently completed action, but here it is in present tense. Don't need to get confused. You have to keep it open and learn. English has rules, English has exceptions. The accident comes just after the horrific three-train collision in Odisha's Balasore district in June, where at least 275 people were killed. Again, past tense passive voice, but I think it was about 1,000, close to 1,000. Now the editorial says 275. Anyhow, we have two. You have to recollect two words. Here, one is horrific. Which part of speech is it? Adjective. It means causing or generating horror. Horror means you all know fear. But another related word you have to recollect, horrible. Horrible is also adjective. Horrible means what? Very bad. We also use the word awful, terrible, horrible place, horrible people, horrible food. You can also say very bad, horrible movie, terrific, positive. And again, you have to recollect here the word terrific. Terrible is negative, terrific is positive. Awful, terrible. Horrific is different, horrible is different. You got to be a little careful under pressure. Now, what is the reason behind it? There could be two possible reasons. One, there could be two reasons. One, human error, the other, technology based. Human error may be a common factor in both accidents. Maybe. Again, we have a helping verb. It has two functions. One, it is used to express permission, very formal, very polite. And the other one, possibility, chances are more. And what are the helping verbs used to express a possibility where the chances are less? Might, should, could. This you have to recollect. And permission, may I come in, sir? May I know who is speaking? Very polite. It says human error may be a common factor in both accidents. Signaling interference may have led, an important pattern. But generally, we don't use may. Here, you can use either might or may. Usage point of view, we use might. But here, because it is formal English, a written English, the writer has preferred may. Plus have plus verb past participle form. What is a function of this? It is used to express a past possibility, which is a guess. Oh, fair, you got the word fair. Who is that? Shiv Kumar. Okay. SBIPO. Good. You must have answered. Imagine there was yesterday I lost my gold chain. I don't know who took. I'll make a guess. I suspect the servant. Then I will say the servant might have stolen the chain. I can also say the servant may have stolen the chain. Both mean the same. May have led to the accident in Odisha, signaling interference, may have led to the accident in Odisha, while signal jump is suspected to be the cause in Vijayanagaram. When I read this, I was taken aback. Taken aback means what surprised a lot. Why? Usually, jumping the signal happens on if you take roads, but jumping the signal when it comes to railway track, not at all acceptable. What is the reason? If you jump the signal on red light while riding a bike or driving a car, perhaps two, three people get affected. But if a train jumps the signal, the magnitude is going to be unimaginable. Hundreds of people get affected. And this is something not at all acceptable, jumping the signal on the railway tracks. In both accidents, Kavach, the indigenously developed train collision avoidance system, this is a system, and what is a name given to that? Kavach. But there's one important word, indigenous. We have got many a time. Which part of speech is this? Indigenously adverb, indigenous adjective means local, native. But we also use when it comes to people, tribal people, we say indigenous people, and we also use original inhabitants of a particular land, and also we use the word aboriginals. You have to recollect native, local, aboriginals, indigenous people, original inhabitants. Indigenously developed train collision avoidance system was not available on the trains. So one of the reasons for the accident. The tragedy raises any number of times you get these two words, you have to recollect, spend a few minutes. Arise, intransitive verb, irregular verb. Arise, rose, risen. Raise a transitive verb and a regular verb. Raise the standards, raise your hands, raise questions. But here, raises what? Questions. There's an object, it's a transitive verb. Rise means go up in position. Intransitive, it cannot take an object. And irregular, rise, rose, risen. The tragedy raises questions whether the top brass, an important idiom, top brass means top people of an organization, top people or top officials. You have to recollect, very good, Tripura Sundari, whether two words, different spellings, you got to be careful. The top brass of the Indian Railways has failed. Here, top brass considered singular based on that has failed, present perfect, to enforce rail safety regulations. Because of that, the accidents. Even in the case of the Odisha accident, there was no proactive. Youngsters, you got to be proactive. Today, if you get a job and you go to a particular workplace, in the past, they would expect the employees to just implement the orders. But now they want, especially private sector, they want the employees to be proactive. What does it mean, proactive? Before someone tells you to do something, looking at the situation, you have to take the initiative and do that. Then we say you are proactive. To take the initiative based on the situation. You all have to be proactive at the workplace tomorrow. Do remember. There was no proactive and intensive campaign by the government to reassure people that there would not be another such accident, one of India's worst. That was one of India's worst. As far as I remember, about 1,000 people got killed in that accident. But now the editorial says only 275. I'm a bit confused, rather surprised. This is the first part. What is the second part of the editorial? The deeper and chronic issues. Chronic, an important word, part of speech, adjective. Chronic, one meaning last for a long time. Something lasts for a long time, we say chronic. And also recurring, something comes again and again, recurring also. But between the two, generally, chronic disease, chronic malaria, lasts for a long time. And here you have to recollect based on that words like chronicles, annals, excuse me, and archives. Once in SBI, they gave a question. They gave four words. The next one, primitive. They asked the candidates choose the synonyms. What are the synonyms here? Chronicles and annals synonyms. Archives not a synonym. What is the difference? Chronology. Here you have to recollect the root. Chrono. Chrono is related to what? Time. Chronology, scientific study of time. Chronometer. And here, chronicles, annals, you make a note of events or incidents based on the time factor. And archives, you make a note of the incidents or events, but not based on the time factor. That is one meaning. Archives has got another meaning. What is that meaning? The other meaning, and don't worry about that. Please focus on, thank you, but please focus on the analysis. Don't worry about that. Archives, the second meaning, a public place where government records are kept so that public can go access government records. That place is also called archives. Today we have the third meaning. What is the third meaning? If you take your laptop or computer, you want to put all the unwanted files in a particular folder, then you use the word archive. Does it sound familiar? But that is a modern meaning. Now, coming to this sentence, the deeper and chronic issues that plague. Plague, again, an important word. Actually, it is a disease. That means a noun. First, I will talk about the disease. Why is it important? We have five diseases: measles, mumps, rickets, plague, flu. All these take the definite article the. The measles, the mumps, the rickets, the plague, the flu. Very important from the exam point of view. But here, plague has been used, here, nouns, all these are nouns. Plague here has been used as a verb. Plague here means to trouble for a long time. The country is plagued by terrorism, means troubled by terrorism. So, in this context, the deeper and chronic issues that plague, that trouble the functioning of the railways should be analyzed. Should is used to advise or suggest to someone. And here it is in passive voice. We should analyze something, active voice. Something should be analyzed by us, passive voice. That you have to recollect. There is a view that importance hasn't been given, again, present perfect passive voice. They haven't given importance to something, something hasn't been given importance. There is a view that importance hasn't been given to upgrading. The main idea is about upgrading the signaling and telecommunication network, as well as, again, you got to be alert, as well as when you combine two subjects using with, together with, along with, as well as, there are many other words also. The verb agrees with the first subject. That rule you have to recollect, as well as human resources development. So, based on this, you should understand there are two dimensions for these mishaps or unfortunate incidents: one technology based, the other human error. And based on that, we have to improve. Human resources development is a must. Even after the empaneling of nearly 1.12 lakh candidates, the word empanel means to put someone on panel, to take someone on panel, literal meaning. But here, empanel, usually a panel has a few members, maybe five or six, a maximum 10. Here, what is the number? 1.12 lakh. Means what? Here, empaneling does not go with the literal meaning. It means to provide. Empanel means what? To provide employment. Provide employment. Consider for employment. I feel better. Gangadhar, long time. How are you? Pleasant surprise. Even after the empaneling of nearly 1.12 lakh candidates between April 2022 and June 2023 for posts related to operational safety, around 53,180 posts were still vacant as on July 1st, 2023. Still 50,000 plus words posts are vacant. Obviously, there is a need for taking manpower, and this manpower, they should be trained and they should be competent enough. That is very important. There have been measures such as interlocking of nearly 11,100 level crossing gates as on May 31st, 2023. All these talk about the what has been done, facts and figures. Mechanization of track laying activity by track machines to reduce human errors. But one important word. I always tell students whenever you come across lie, lay, you have to recollect, spend a few minutes. Lie can be a noun, lie can be a verb. But as a verb, it can be a regular verb, lie, lied, lied. As a noun, students can handle, as a regular verb, they can handle. But lie can also be a verb, an irregular verb. Then what are the forms? Lie, lay, laying. And two meanings. One meaning to be in the horizontal position while relaxing, the other one to be in a particular state for a long time. And past form of lie is lay. To confuse more, we have a separate verb. Lay, laid, laid. Here it goes with this one. Lay means to put something down. It goes with eggs. Birds lay eggs. It also goes with babies, things. You take a baby, put the baby down. Things. Foundation stone. If you read the newspapers, the minister laid the foundation stone. Quite often you come across. And also rules and regulations, roads. Here, track. Track laying activity by track machines to reduce human errors, provision of electrical or electronic interlocking system with centralized operation of points and signals at 6,427 stations to eliminate accidents due to human failure, and implementation of the Rashtriya Rail Samraksha Kosh for the replacement, renewal, and upgradation of critical safety assets to improve the functioning of the railway system, especially safety. Such a lengthy sentence. And whenever you come across from where to where this sentence, from here to here, a lengthy sentence. Whenever you come across a lengthy sentence, you got to read twice, thrice, and you should get the actual meaning. What does it talk about? It talks about what has been done to improve the safety. It's all about that. But immediately it presents a contrasting information. But is a contrasting word. We can use but or however. But these steps, all whatever in that sentence, are steps taken keeping safety in mind. But these steps will have no value when lives continue to be lost. You have done a lot, still accidents happen, then it does not make any sense. No meaning, no value. At the very least, there has to be the accountability of the senior railway management. Accountability here means what? They should be answerable, accountable for, answerable for. There has to be, again, an important helping verb. Tell me what is the meaning of have to, has to, past, had to. Third person singular, we use has to, other pronouns have to, and the past had to. It is also used to express an obligation. Obligation imposed by. This is something very important you have to know. Imposed by an external authority or a situation. There are two dimensions. Exams they have given many a time, present form, past form. So please listen very carefully. Obligation imposed by an external authority or a situation. What is this external authority? Tomorrow you get the job, you go to the workplace, someone receives you and they introduce others, your colleagues. That process is called induction. But that time they may talk about your responsibilities. They may say you have to report to the manager. You have to report by 8:30. You have to attend the meetings every Saturday. You have to do this. You have to do that. All these talk about responsibilities, obligation imposed by an external authority. That is the top management of a bank or any organization. Situation, imagine today is the last day to pay the electricity bill. Then what will I say? I have to pay the bill today. Someone says someone is in the hospital, critical condition. Then I will say I have to rush to the hospital. So this is an important one you have to recollect. There has to be the accountability of the senior railway management at the divisional level itself when such an accident occurs. In addition to installing, besides also you have to recollect, in addition to installing technology on every train that captures every minute communication, the government should see to it that the members of the railway board are drawn from, an important expression, are taken from. Here, drawn from means are taken from, it is in present passive voice, drawn from a pool of professionals and technocrats outside the railway system, not within, outside. And how does it end? Sooner than later, an important phrase, but we also say sooner or later. And you have to recollect two important words, later, latter. What is the difference? A later refers to time and latter refers to position. Both the words are very important, exam point of view. Sooner than later, it may have to carry out. Carry out means execute, to do, to do. Implement, execute, implement, to do, carry out a holistic revamp of the railway system. I use the word holistic quite often. While preparing for competitive exams, your preparation, your approach should be a holistic approach. What does it mean? Imagine there are 10 areas. All the 10 areas have to be touched. That is a holistic approach. Because I also tell students, while preparing for competitive exams, you should not leave any stone unturned. You have to touch whatever is important. You have to touch, that is called holistic. And what are the other words? Holistic, exhaustive, comprehensive. All these words are very important. They have given many a time. Exactly. And revamp, simple word, to give shape, make something better, to make something better, revamp. They have to do it. Holistic revamp of the railway system. That's all about the editorial. Hope you guys have got enriched. We'll go to the questions to improve your comprehension skill. Read the first question, choose the correct option. In the article, what is the primary focus for improving railway safety? Increasing the number of train collision avoidance systems, Kavach, empaneling more candidates for operational safety posts, upgrading the signaling and telecommunications network, mechanizing track laying activities. All these are important, but primary focus is on what? Excuse me. It starts with the same thing. Very good. Who is this? Tapa. First one to respond, got it right. That is the main idea. No, Nagesh. The main idea behind this editorial, upgrading the signaling and telecommunications network, already mentioned at the beginning of the editorial. C is the answer. How many candidates were empaneled for operational safety posts between April 2022 and June 2023 as per the article? Easy to answer based on explicit information. What is the number? Question number two. Answer is 1.12 lakh. Exactly. What critical safety assets does the Rashtriya Rail Sanrakshak Kosh aim to replace, renew, and upgrade? There's a sentence that mentions this one: aim to replace, renew, and upgrade what? Railway tracks, locomotives, not locomotives, train stations, no. Electrical systems. Electrical systems is a general term. So, based on that, what is the answer? No, not electrical systems. I think it has to go with replace, renew, and upgrade. Railway tracks, I suppose. Because here, electrical systems, general term. But please cross check. What does the article suggest regarding the composition of railway board? Easy to answer. It should consist entirely of railway employees? No. Members should be drawn from a pool of professionals and technocrats outside the railway system. It should be dissolved altogether? No. It should consist of government officials only. So, what is the answer? Clearly mentioned explicit information should be drawn from a pool of professionals and technocrats. B is the answer. What key issue related to railway safety does the article highlight in the context of human resources development? Here, the key words, the question is about human resources development. The need for more track laying machines, it doesn't go with HR. The shortage of operational safety candidates, hold this one. Railway tracks, no. Locomotives, no. So, what is the answer here? The shortage of operational safety candidates. 53,000 plus posts still vacant based on that shortage, dearth. These are the courses I'm offering, except essay course. Other course, essay course is a live batch for civil services mains exam. Other courses are recorded grammar course, English for banks, general English foundation course. Please go through, and there's an offer. And after the session, not right now. Let us go to error location 5 questions. Mains, who is this? Ishwar. Mains exam, many students ask, sir, give tips. Do remember, before I wind up the session, I will give a few tips today. At the fag end of the session, I will give a few tips. If at all I forget, remind Ishwar. I will definitely give a few tips. The committee has asked for more information and will again consider the entries on the next meeting. So, where is the error? The committee has asked for more information and will again consider the entries on the next meeting. No one has answered the first one. Who is this? Yes, Venkat Kiran, Nagesh, Thapa. On the next meeting is not correct. It should be in the next meeting. It's a standard phrase. We'll consider in the next meeting. So there's an error in the fourth part. It is based on phrase, standard prepositional phrase. Which one is it? Prepositional phrase. In the next meeting. We'll see in the next meeting. Generally, we say that. You have to recollect committee, jury, staff. Very good. Who is that? Tripura Sundari. School children in the city were in for a surprise. We are in for a surprise. Again, a standard expression you have to remember. School children in the city were in for a surprise as they were treated to a feast of some children's films being screened in local theaters. Where is the error? A lengthy sentence, but easy to answer. Very good. Naidu Paidi. Here, being. They are being screened. No, no, children's, nothing wrong. Child singular, children plural. Then after children, we have to use the apostrophe and the letter S, nothing wrong. But here, being screened, here it is in passive voice, continuous. They are screening films. Films are being screened. So, any sentence in passive voice, the main verb should always be in past participle form. It's a regular verb. Screen, screened, screened. Being screened is the answer. It is based on passive voice, present continuous, and the word form. Right word, wrong form. Go to question number 3. After staying shut for more than 6 months due to the COVID 19 outbreak, theaters and multiplexes reopened for a poor response on Thursday. Reopened for a poor response on Thursday. This is not easy, in my opinion, a bit difficult. How come? Huh? No, no. That's why I said it's a difficult one. Two students have responded, they haven't got it right. Who is the third one, fourth one? Fourth option. What is wrong with answer is the fourth one, but what is wrong with the fourth part? That you have to tell. Theaters and multiplexes reopened. For is not correct. To a poor response on Thursday. Reopened to a poor response. Here, what is the correct? Reopened, nothing wrong. To a poor response. Correct preposition to, not for. A tough one. Under pressure, not easy. Everything looks perfect. The BJP is eyeing the Bodoland Territorial Council, BTC, where elections deferred due to the COVID 19 pandemic are expected to be held in December. This is also a bit challenging, but if you read meticulously, you can spot the error. It should not be that difficult. The BJP is eyeing, present continuous. Eyeing, here, eye is a verb. To look for something, to have the desire to have something. Ah, very good. Who is that? Venkat Kiran. I appreciate. Nothing wrong with the second part. But third part, defer. What is the right word here? Deferred means postponed. Postponed due to the COVID 19 pandemic. No, there is an error. There is an error in the third part. It is not DIFFER. It is DEFERRED. Means what? Postponed. Not easy under pressure. This also you got to be a little careful. And a lengthy sentence, why you have to be careful? Two reasons. One, a lengthy sentence, then you got to read meticulously. Excuse me. Try to answer the fifth one. Relentlessly overnight rain led to massive property damage in Solapur and Pune districts, with thousands of villages marooned, flooded by rising flood waters in Solapur, rural Solapur. Varaprasad, first one to respond, says there is an error in the first part. Got it right. But what is wrong with that part? Varaprasad. You got it right, but what is wrong with the first part? No, no, rising flood waters. Perfect. Nothing wrong. Ganesh. Means going up. Rising flood waters, a standard expression, nothing wrong. Already I said there is an error in the first part, and Varaprasad got it right. But what is wrong with the first part? Here we cannot use the adverb. This is based on word form. Right word, wrong form. We have to say relentless. Relentless overnight rain means without stopping. Relentless means without stopping. You cannot use the adverbial form, you have to use the adjective form. Relentless overnight rain. Let us go to the parajumble. Not that easy, but take elimination approach. How many parts are there? Six parts. First one, can it be, can A be incessant rains? Very good, Naidu, I appreciate that. Pronoun cannot be the first one. Demonstrative adjective or demonstrative pronoun cannot be the first one. Again, pronoun cannot be the first one. The exceptional circumstances, definite article, usually cannot be the first one. Food is the essence of life and the bedrock of our cultures and communities. Hold this one. Does COVID 19? No, cannot be the first one. So, what is the first one here? Food is, food is the essence of life and the bedrock of our cultures and communities. Crystal clear statement. What is the second one? One, you can get the topic sentence, the sentence with the main idea. Very good, Ganesh. C is the second one. Here we have a pronoun. It can be a powerful means to bring people together. So it means what? Food. It can be a powerful means to bring people together to grow, nourish, and sustain the planet. EC one pair. Very good. What is the third one? Three and four should not be that difficult. Three, four, five. You have to mention the letter, Ashmita. What do you mean by fourth option for which question? EC, A is not the third one. D is the third one. The exceptional circumstances we have all been living in through 2020 underscores, highlights this. This means what? The idea it can be a powerful means to bring people together to grow, nourish, and sustain the planet. This means that previous sentence. Not only does COVID 19 pose a threat to food security and agricultural livelihoods, it compounds the threats already faced by 690 million people around the world. DFA. And what is the last one? This World Food Day, the food agencies of the UN, pledged to work together to end hunger, eradicate food insecurity, and achieve Sustainable Development Goal 2. What is the correct order here? ECDFAB. Let us have a look at the correct order. Main idea, food is the essence of life and the bedrock of our cultures and communities. It can be a powerful means to bring people together to grow, nourish, and sustain the planet. The exceptional circumstances we have all been living in through 2020 underscores this. This means this idea. Not only does, when we start, not only the clause should be in interrogative form. Not only does COVID 19 pose a threat to food security and agricultural livelihoods, it compounds. It means what? COVID 19. The threats already faced by 690 million people around the world. And the last one you are left out with B, that is the last one. We have five idioms. Try to get all the five correct. Important ones, bank exams, they have given many a time. What is the first one here? Against odds. He is trying for something against odds. He is going against odds. You have to mention the letter. Then I will say whether it is right or wrong. Against odds. 1A. No. 1E. No. 1B. No. Shocking. 1A. No. Varun says 1C. Answer is a C. Unlikely to succeed. Against odds means chances are less to succeed. They are fighting against odds. He is trying against odds. Means unlikely to succeed. Naidu got it right. Tripura Sundari also got it right. Is it C or E? All and sundry, they have given many a time. Against odds, an easy one. It goes with conversational English. But all and sundry, they have given many a time. It is all types of people. The minister has invited all and sundry, means all types of people. Here it is A. Answer back. This goes with students. This goes with everyday English. Answer back means what? Reply rudely. Yes, Naidu. Very good. B is the answer. Against the grain means against your will, one's will. Here it is E. Have an axe to grind. Very important. They've given in bank exams more than 5 times. He has an axe to grind. Means what? He has a selfish motive. We also say ulterior motive, selfish or ulterior motive. So, what is the have a selfish motive? D. Has anyone got all the five correct? All are important, but two go with everyday English against odds, answer back, and three are very important. They've given many a time, especially all and sundry, have an axe to grind. SBI, they've given many a time. And these are the words you got yesterday. See if you remember. And first you write the part of speech, then you write the meaning. Oh, Naidu Paidi, very good. All the five correct. Wonderful. Tripura Sundari 4. 4 is also pretty good. Ganesh 4. You should be happy. These are not easy ones. That's why they have given in competitive exams many a time, especially bank exams. Sudhir and Nagesh, 4 you should be happy, extremely happy. But 5, Varun and others, Naidu, outstanding. Today is your day. So fair means what? Fair treatment, part of speech, adjective. Impartial, very good. Estranged, estranged is actual form. Estranged you can use as an adjective. A verb can be used past participle form. Means what? Separate, to get separated. Very good, Tripura Sundari. Estranged husband, estranged wife, estranged member. In the context of the editorial, it talks about estranged member. And renegade, he is a renegade, means what? Noun. Solitary means, please do in a systematic way. And Varun mentioned I should have numbered. Let me do it now. Tell me what is the meaning of renegade? One who betrays, very good, Sudhir. One who betrays, backstabs, we call not loyal, a renegade. Solitary person, solitary lifestyle means what? Adjective. Already a lot of students have answered isolated, alienated, aloof, all these words, alone, yes, very good. Frenzy can be a noun, it's a verb actually. It can be a noun. Means what? Frenzy, frenzied, betrayer. Very good, Nagesh. What is the meaning of frenzy? Uncontrolled excitement. Excitement, true, but higher level. Uncontrolled excitement, we use the word frenzy. Insinuation, an important word. Part of speech easy to guess because of the insinuation. Means what? A hint that something bad or unpleasant is going to happen, especially bad. A hint something bad is going to happen. Very good, Tripura Sundari. I appreciate that. While part of speech adjective, extremely unpleasant, something that is disgusting, loathsome, extremely unpleasant, vile. Elude is an important word. Bank exams, SSC also, they usually touch the noun form. Elude is a verb. What is a noun form? Illusion. Illusion, part of elude is a verb. Illusion, noun. What does it mean? Indirect reference to something. Varun, sixth one, you're right. Hint that something bad is going to happen. Already over. While very unpleasant, extremely unpleasant. Allude to make indirect reference. Very good, Sudhir. Nasty also you can say, Nagesh. Very good. And castigate, an important word. Part of speech, verb. Simple meaning they have given scold, reprimand, rebuke, chide, all these. But castigate usually goes with society, culture. A particular community is isolated. Then we say the community has been castigated. Castigate, rebuke, admonish, scold, chide, all these words you have to recollect. Very good. I appreciate that. Cauldron means what? Part of speech, noun. A volatile situation, a situation that is not stable. No, 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 no. Cauldron means a volatile situation. Skullduggery means unscrupulous. Here you have to use skullduggery, unscrupulous, also dishonest. Please check once. A negative situation that is volatile. And malice means what? Part of speech, noun. The feeling to harm someone, feeling to harm someone. We also say ill will, ill will. Malaise, also noun, a feeling of discomfort, not at ease, not at ease. Discomfort, very good. The intention or the feeling to harm someone. And here, discomfort, not at ease. That's all for today. Thanks for being with me till the fag end of the session. Do remember to subscribe and share. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much. Distress, that is true.